What is up, my YouTubers? How are you all doing? Welcome back to From the Depths, where once again we are stuck in designer mode. Well, at least I am. I've been trying to make a starter vehicle for ages, something that's going to be cheap. And I was working on something else, which was quite large, made out of metal. And I was like, damn, perhaps I should try to convert this all to wood. Now, I know previously there was a little program thing that we could use to convert like from one material to another material, except it's not working anymore or something, or at least I couldn't find it anyway. So we have to do this manually, and by manually I don't mean that we're going to go replacing the blocks one by one. We're going to be editing the blueprint of this vehicle, and we're going to be getting all of the metal, whatever is metal, we're going to be changing it into wood. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to save the vehicle. I'm going to save this as a copy. So this is the one that I'm going to be editing. Like that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of everything. And we're going to build a new vehicle. So we're going to say we want to go from metal to wood. So we obviously need all of the wood bits and pieces. And we have to remember the order that we are doing this in. The order that we are doing this in is going to be important for us. So we're going to lay down all of these bits and bobs. Now, if your vehicle does not have wedges or poles, then you don't need to bother with them. So once you've laid them all down like this, you want to save. Now, there is going to be one thing. As we have not mirrored these over, we're not going to have the block IDs for the mirrored objects. So you probably have a couple of blocks that you need to replace manually. So with this, I'm going to save this vehicle. We're going to override and allow, and we're going to call this one, let's see, wood IDs, I suppose. So then you're also going to have to do the exact same thing again, but with metal, because our base, it's all metal. So again, we want to follow the exact same order as we did before. So we didn't use these, and we didn't use these, but we're going to go through the exact same order that we put down our wooden bits and bobs. So I'm going to get that done. Okay, so that is all of the blocks laid out, exactly the same order as we did with the wood. Alright, we're going to save this construct. We're going to save this one as metal ID. Okay, so your blueprints are going to be found in Documents, From the Depths, Player Profiles, your player profile name, and Constructibles. We have the metal ID that we made, and we have our wood ID. You then want to open these up with something like Notepad++. It just makes life a little bit easier, and it is free to download. And you also need to open up the construct that you're going to be converting the blocks on. So, if you had a mix of alloyed blocks, you would also open that up as well. Okay, so once you've found block IDs, if you just hit Ctrl F, type in block IDs, and it will take us right here. We are currently in our wood blueprint. These are all the IDs of the blocks of that blueprint that we are using. So this is every single block that we have on that construct. If we had more than one, this thing keeps on moving. If we have more than one 1 meter block, this 545 would be listed again somewhere else. So it's going to list everything in the order that you placed it. That's why I said, the placement order has to be the same. So if we look here at the metal ID is at 541 for a 1 meter block. Our wood is 545. So if we go over to our construct, And we find, or this is going to have all of the block IDs from your weapons, your AIs, everything. It's going to list every single block ID, and you're going to notice duplicates or more, depending on how many times you've used that block. Okay, so in your construct blueprint file, again, you want to go to block IDs. You want to select this whole line from this bracket to that bracket. Okay. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be, as we're converting metal to wood, so we're going to be converting our first block, which is going to be the 1 by 1, the 1 meter block, which is for the metal ID, it is 541, and on the wood, it's going to be 545. So over here, we're going to be looking for 541. Right? Yes, 541. Actually, that is the wrong place. As in place, we have to hit replace. So we're going to be going 541. We're replacing 541 with 545 to the wooden 1 by 1 block. Now remember to be in your construct file. When we do, we're going to tick in selection, which is this whole line here from one bracket to the other bracket, and we're going to say replace all. And it's going to tell you how many it has replaced. So we have replaced all of the 1 meter blocks. We go back into our metal and we're going to say 821. We're going to convert 821 into 972. We're going to go into our construct and we're going to hit replace all. And we're going to do that for every ID we have in our wood, in our metal. So let me just get that done and I'll bring you guys back in a moment. And in some instances, you're going to have 0 occurrences were replaced. Don't worry about it. That's only because you have not used that block. And the last one. 9, 5, 8. And there we go. So that is that part sorted out. So once we go back in game, we should see that the sub copy should actually have its base made out of wood. And there you go. The base is made out of wood. Like I said, we do have a number of blocks. As you can see, the ones that are mirrored, they probably have the tag actually saying like mirrored. Let's have a look. Yeah, there it is in red on the left hand side of the screen because it's in a new place for me. Remove metal, invert a triangle cover, right, mirrored. So obviously, once we were laying down all of our blocks, if we had mirror mode on, we would have had these IDs and they would have been converted. But I mean, that's not much of an issue. It's only going to be a few, and those few, it shouldn't really take any time at all to sort out. I mean, remember, this is a small construct. Like if you had a very big construct, then this will definitely come in useful. So I'd like to say thank you for that tip. When I asked the question like on Discord, how can we convert from one material to the other, and this is what I was told to do, and I wanted to share this with everyone. So there you go. That is how we convert from one material to the other. So I hope someone is going to find this useful, helpful. If it has, please remember to smash that like and subscribe button. Like they owe you money. Always, please leave your comments and suggestions in the box down there. So for now, my awesome YouTubians, I am going to leave it here, and I will catch you all on the next one.